Hello everyone! I know I'm a little bit late because it's not Halloween anymore, but I'm here today to share with you some creepy, unsettling reads. I've never been much of a seasonal reader. I don't read special books for Christmas, I don't read special books in the summer, and I don't have favorite reads to pick up in Halloween. But I still thought that this would be a great time to share with you some books that I've read in the past and that fit into the category of creepy, scary themes. To be honest, I didn't even celebrate Halloween till this year. It's not a tradition yet in Spain, although it's growing with the years and more people are celebrating it each year. In Spain we celebrate today, the 1st of November, which is All Saints' Day, and although it's related to the dead and graves and cemeteries, is not celebrated as something creepy like Halloween is in other parts of the world, where there's witches and ghosts and you dress up as something scary. But enough of my celebrations and stuff. Let's get into the books. So as I mentioned, this year is my first real Halloween. So I decided to go to the library and pick up something that will be kind of like fitting the mood. So I asked my librarian, which is a huge comic nerd, and he recommended to me this graphic novel called Lock and Key. This is the volume 1 and this is volume 2, and I read them both in a couple of days. They are fairly long graphic novels. They are by Joe Hill, which did the script, and Gabriel Rodriguez, which did the illustrations. Joe Hill happens to be Stephen King's son, and he writes this kind of like the same genre as his father, kind of. So, Lock and Key. I don't want to tell much about the plot because I feel that I will have to explain quite a bit about the plot because, as you can see, each volume is super long, so there's a lot of plot. I would say that they weren't quite what I expected. I expected them to be more creepy, unsettling, weird, scary themes, and they are more like horror in a violence kind of sense. They are pretty violent, and they are more like a mystery adventure stuff. They weren't quite what I would have liked to pick for Halloween, I guess, but I'm not upset I read them. I gave them 3 stars because they were quite a page turner. I read them very quickly because I wanted to know what happened. Although, spoilers, the end is very conventional. I was kind of hoping that the end will be something crazy, a plot twist, very unconventional, but it wasn't that way. But anyway, Lock and Key is a nice graphic novel if you get the chance to pick it up, but it's not my favorite, and I don't think I will be recommending it to many people. I thought it was quite tropey and not worth the amount of pages it has, because there's nothing quite surprising about it. There's some very imaginative elements in the story, but most of them aren't, so that was a shame. Anyway, I just wanted to mention it because it was the read that I picked this year for Halloween. Now, let's move into the actual recommendations, books that I really enjoy and that I want to recommend it to you for the creepy, unsettling feeling. First, I want to start with 4 books that were originally written in Spanish, and I'm sure that all of them are translated into English. The first one is Pedro Páramo by Juan Rulfo. This is a magic realism classic. It's amazing, go read it. Juan Rulfo is a particularly interesting writer because he only has like 2 or 3 works, and even so, he's very famous and very influential. Pedro Páramo is probably his most well-known novel, and it has a lot of magical realism. It takes place in Mexico because Juan Rulfo was Mexican. It has death, living dead and skeletons and all that kind of thing, and I feel like even though it's not particularly scary, it's creepy and weird enough to feel into the mood of Halloween. Next, I want to mention a trilogy by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. You might recognize this author because one of his books, The Shadow of the Wind, is quite popular in BookTube, and at least I've seen it in 3 or 4 channels. However, this is part of his YA books. He has 4 YA books, Marina and this trilogy. I have only read 2 of them and started like the other one in the trilogy, but I never finished it because I was 13 and I had to return it to the library or something, I don't remember. But the 2 books that I completed and the other one that I started were delightfully creepy. They are probably one of the most scary books I've ever read. They are El Príncipe de la Niebla, Las Luces de Septiembre y El Palacio de la Medianoche. However, I'm very happy because all the 3 books of this trilogy have been translated into English. And it makes me extremely happy because I feel that I recommend to you a lot of books that haven't been translated. And you know, it's like I'm recommending you and telling you how amazing something is, and you would probably never be able to read it. But this one I have, and I have my little notes here with the titles because I didn't memorize them. They are called The Prince of Mist, The Midnight Palace, and The Watcher in the Shadows. So yeah, if you're looking for a quick, very mysterious, very scary read, they are very, very, very good. Next, I'm gonna mention 3 books that are probably not quite Halloweeny, but I feel they are creepy and dark enough that they could fit the mood. The first one that I think is very creepy and very dark, and it will make a very good Halloween read, is The Collector by John Fowles. Fowles? I don't know. I read this one actually in October, and I don't want to say anything about the plot, except that it deals with a very creepy character, and it's told from the point of that very disturbed person, and it's great. It's very good and it's very, very unsettling. The second book that I want to mention that is not strictly Halloweeny but is still dark and unsettling is The Sacred History by Donna Tartt. You might know this one already because it has been doing the rounds around the internet and booktube for years because it's a very good book. Lastly, the last book I wanted to mention is Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter. This book I read this year, I think, or last year, and it deals with grief, but it deals with grief in such a way that is so fantastical and unreal and kind of like magical realism, and it has like a giant crow that symbolizes grief and is very mean, and despite being like a poetical, dark look into grief, I still think it will quite fit the mood of Halloween. So in this video I wanted to mention a less creepy book, but it's still fairly fitting for the mood, and it's the one I'm currently reading, which is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. As you can see, I haven't quite finished it. I'm like in the beginning. I'm not even like halfway through, but I'm really enjoying it. It's very easy to read, and it has some spooky, not spooky, but since it deals with magic in England in the early 19th century, it has some of that aesthetic, like creepy, dark, magical aesthetic without being scary. So if you're into reading something fitting for the season, but you don't enjoy creepy, unsettling, super scary things, and you just want something that has kind of like the aesthetic and the mood, I think this will be a nice read for you because it has some, I mean, look at the cover. It looks like it, right? It looks like a Halloween niche read without being about strictly Halloween or scary things. Anyway, those were all the books that I wanted to talk to you about today. Do you do seasonal readings? If so, what are your favorite Halloween reads? Tell me in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having an amazing Halloweenish day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!